Disclaimer. This is a theory, as in, it's just like any other theory, it is not 100%. So do not take this seriously. It is just a theory. And if you do not like my theory, there's the door. Hello DBZ fans, one and all in one. Today I am going into much deeper detail about my Trunks theory, about why it's not the same Trunks from the original series from Dragon Ball Z, but it's actually Kid Trunks from our timeline. Now, I just want to point out real quick that this gentleman here, Jaden Campbell, actually helped me out a lot. See, in my original video, I kind of sped through my thoughts, and I realize now I probably should have took a step back and kind of focused on the details instead of just trying to get it out there. But regardless, this video is going to be about going into detail about why my theory is accurate and why I feel it has to be what will happen. But I feel like compared to everyone else's theories, making up all this stupid bullshit about another Goku in a different universe, this and that, it just does not make sense. And people going on about this Super Saiyan Blue Trunks stuff just doesn't add up either. I don't think Trunks is going to be a Super Saiyan Blue, because that's just fans wanting more than what they should expect. I doubt if he's actually going to come out from the future and be like, oh hey, I'm a Super Saiyan Blue like the rest of you guys. No, if that was to happen, we would just get a repeat of Dragon Ball Z with everybody going Super Saiyan. I think Super Saiyan Blue should just stick to Goku and Vegeta and maybe possibly Gohan. So thanks to Mr. Jaden Campbell here, he wrote out my video, my thoughts from my video, into text and made it in a much more explanatory way. So I am going to read that comment. As you know, in DBZ, time travel and timeline work differently than we normally envision it. In DBZ, when one goes back in time and alters an event, a new timeline breaks off. Trunks went back in time to warn us about the androids. We were a part of the original timeline. When the Z fighters would end up fighting the androids and die due to fighting them, though because Trunks came back in time to warn us, which led us defeating the androids, our timeline broke off from the original timeline, which is what I just said. Since we broke off the original timeline, the original future timeline is no longer a part of our timeline. Exactly. So that wouldn't make sense for the original Trunks to come back. Meaning our timeline has a new future timeline. Exactly. The future Trunks of the original future timeline wouldn't be capable of jumping back from his timeline to ours since we broke off from the original timeline. He'd only be capable of jumping back or forward in the time within his own timeline, which is the original one we broke off of. So, as I said before, once a new timeline broke off from the original timeline, it also has a new future since it's a new timeline. Thus, the future Trunks coming back to warn us about Black Goku in the future is the future Trunks of this timeline and not the original timeline that we broke off from after destroying the androids. So I want to thank Jaden Campbell. Thank you so much for rewording my video into a much more understandable way. I appreciate that a lot, dude. So basically, that's what I'm getting at. So everyone fanboying about future Trunks from the original Cell Saga coming back makes no sense. There's no way it can be done. And with this whole with this whole Black Goku thing, I'm so sick of hearing all those dumb-ass theories talking about this Black Goku being an actual black-toned Goku, or being some clone of Goku, and no, it doesn't make sense, because Goku was killed, or not killed, but he died of a heart disease in the original timeline, future Trunks' timeline, which he is not in ours. That right there automatically changes the whole fucking spectrum. When the Black Liquid took over Vegeta, that automatically made this not a quickie arc, okay? And by quickie arc, I mean it's not going to be done in 1-2 episodes and moving on. It's not going to be filler, because since Vegeta is a Super Saiyan God like Goku, it's not going to be an easy fight to overcome. Now, I'm going to speculate that this Liquid fights Goku as Vegeta's clone, or whatever, and realizes that Goku has more power, and so it'll absorb Goku and become Black Goku. And with the power combined of Vegeta and Goku Super Saiyan Gods, it'll make the thing more powerful than anyone can handle. And knowing Beerus, he's not going to give two shits about joining in the fray, but there may be a possibility that Trunks, Goten, and everyone else has to live in this world where they're constantly fighting for their lives day in and day out from this Black Goku. And over the years they would train hard. Anyone who hasn't been absorbed is possibly killed. Anyone who hasn't been killed is possibly absorbed. And it comes down to Trunks and Goten obviously having to use Gotenks as adults, and probably having to train with Goku and Vegeta in the hyperbolic time chamber, or some way of training them so they can become more powerful, so when they fuse into Gotenks, they would become possibly Super Saiyan God Red at the least. Since Goku and Vegeta have God Ki training, they probably wouldn't need Whis or Beerus involved. Now that I think about it, they could probably train Goten and Trunks from what they know and what they've experienced using God Ki. Why I bring up Gotenks is because if you think about it, most likely Gotenks is going to be the one to do it. So what I'm thinking is that they would have to make Goten and Trunks go into Gotenks. Now, I know that sounds far-fetched because we all know Gotenks. He's a fucking arrogant dick. And he is. He's a fucking loser, in my opinion. Regardless, he is a part of the series. And so, I assume that this is going to be Goten and Trunks' redemption from the Buu saga. So, back to what I was saying is, most likely they'd have to train Goten and Trunks to become, like, you know, more powerful in their Super Saiyan strength. So when they would fuse, they would become Super Saiyan God Red, at the least. Now, if Vegeta can go become a Super Saiyan God Blue, and avoid that whole fucking 5 Saiyans combining their energy, then I don't see why this can't happen, you know? They just completely skipped over that fact, right? For Vegeta. And then didn't even explain how the fuck they achieved the new form. Like, already, there's so many plot holes in the story, but whatever. Anyways, that's not what we're talking about. So, if that's a thing, I don't see why fusing 2 kids together to become a Super Saiyan God Red or Blue isn't feasible. So most likely that would be what would happen. Is it would be kind of like future Gohan and future Trunks' timeline, where he's like the only hero and he's going in and fighting the androids. Well, it'd be the same way with Gotenks fighting this Black Goku, since he'd be the only one powerful enough to do it. Now, of course, Gohan could always jump into the fray, but something tells me that if he could, there wouldn't be a reason for Trunks to come back. So obviously something happens to him. So we've seen in the episode that when you get absorbed, you don't necessarily become dead or a part of the liquid like Buu was. You just get absorbed, your powers get stolen, and you just kind of become a powerless person. So I'm assuming that with Goku using the Kaioken against Hit, and having his ki kind of all fucking scrambled at the moment, something's gonna cause him to mess up in the fight between Black Vegeta and, you know, the one that's coming in the next episode. And it's gonna create this opportunity for the Black Liquid to absorb Goku and take his power. Gotenks would most likely have to fight this thing as probably the last most powerful person to do it besides Beerus and Whis. But like I said, Beerus and Whis aren't gonna be fucking interested whatsoever. Or they could. I mean, absorbing 2 gods or Super Saiyan gods could cause some kind of a stir in Beerus. Who knows? But until Beerus actually becomes a part of it, Gotenks would probably be the most important character to fight. Reason why Trunks in the future, from now fighting Black Goku, would have to come back was because maybe there's a moment in the fight where maybe they wasted too much time trying to fight it and they split up, and so the Black Goku realizes the strength they have and tries to absorb one of them. And it could be either Goten or Trunks. Like I said, they don't die or become part of it, they just get their power stolen. So it could be possible that Trunks might be the one who gets his power stolen, or they both could. And so Bulma decides to build a time machine, maybe thinking about the whole thing that happened back in the Cell Saga, remembering Trunks, future Trunks, and maybe thinks about building a time machine to send Trunks back in time. Who knows? Maybe we only just got a picture of Trunks, and it could be also adult Goten, sorry, comes back with him. It could be that too. I mean, we haven't been shed any light on the subject besides being told about a black Goku and future Trunks. So it could be possible that we could have another party member coming back in time with Trunks, could be Goten, to warn them about what's happening. That's pretty much the basic idea of my theory. The reason, now I want to get into the details of why Goku Black is not from another universe or not from the future, as Jaden Campbell here has expertly detailed for me, is that we already broke out from the original timeline. So even if Goku was to come back in Trunks' timeline, the original future Trunks' timeline, that would be his problem to solve, not past Goku, the timeline we're at right now. That would be future Trunks' problem to fix, because he's no longer a part of where we are. So scratch future Goku, future evil Goku off the list, and scratch a black tone Goku, because Goku is Goku because of the way he is, as I've already explained in my last video, that Goku is only the way he is because of the things that came together to make him the way he is. And for Goku to become an actual black person, an African American version of Goku, he would not be Goku to begin with, because it would be a totally different mother or a totally different father to create him. And it makes no sense to make him a clone, because clones have to go off of the original's DNA. Goku's not black, so no black tone Goku would be born from cloning. Yeah, so black tone Goku is out of the area. And finally, an evil Goku clone, period, would not work, because, as I've stated in my last video as well, Goku is as powerful as he is because of Universe 7's way of building Goku the way he has, from the time Frieza was destroying Planet Vegeta, to Bardock tossing him into the pod and sending him to Earth, from Goku going to Earth and cracking his head on a tree and meeting Gohan, his grandfather, and then meeting Bulma, meeting Krillin, Master Roshi, Yamcha, Tien, Piccolo, Raditz, the whole shebang. That's why Goku's where he is at now. In Universe 6, if this evil Goku was to come from Universe 6, it would not work, because, first of all, Kaba has already said that the Saiyans in Universe 6 are peaceful people, and they are still living on planet Saddle. That means that they never went to Planet Vegeta, therefore they never met Frieza there. So, if they never met Frieza, there was no impending danger for Bardock to send Goku to Earth. Therefore, Goku never left home. He's still with the Saiyans in Universe 6. Hell, it could go even darker than that. It could be that Universe 7's Goku is the one that was born, and then Universe 6 Goku is the one that didn't make it, if you really want to get dark. But, the show is somewhat dedicated to children too, so they wouldn't go that deep. So, there's obviously a Goku in Universe 6, but he's not the same Goku as the one in Universe 7. He's not as powerful, so it's time to drop that fucking charade. To drop that fucking charade. Fuck it, I don't give a shit. It does not work. No matter what you do, what you tell yourself, what you brainwash yourself, or what you do to your own mouth, nothing about future Trunks, Universe 6 Goku, clones of Goku, a black Goku, makes any sense.
Damn!
So, obviously, it has to be Kid Trunks from our timeline who goes back in time and warns Goku about this black liquid that possesses his powers. Hope that shed some light. I hope I went into a much better detail in this video If not, I'm sure Jaden Campbell wouldn't mind correcting me again, or not. That's up to him. But thank you again, Jaden Campbell, for the awesome time and effort you went into writing that comment. I really appreciate it. So if you guys like this video, if you guys like my theories or my discussions, or if you guys think I would be a decent theorist to watch and listen, feel free to comment below or like the video, or even subscribe. But that's up to you. There's no pressure, nothing forcing you. It's all free will here. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.